All right. Young Woman in the Sea is a film put out by Disney. It is a true story. Yes, a true story of a woman, a Gertrude Ederle, played
Ederly.
by Ederle, Gertrude Ederle, played by Daisy Ridley. It's about a young woman who wants to be the first female to swim the English Channel. It happened in, I believe, in the early 1900s, like 1914. So it's set then, and Daisy Ridley is the star. Now this is in theaters, but it is in very limited release. So, if you could tell more about the story, Alan, and fill in the gaps.
Yeah. So Ederly here. She is the first woman to swim across the English Channel, and this is her story. She German immigrant just after World War One. Living in New York, where women are not allowed to swim, at least not with boys. She also had measles, and so she's especially not allowed to swim because it could cause deafness. But nothing's going to hold this woman back, not even the patriarchy. And so she decides she's going to go. She's going to be the first woman to swim the English Channel, and this is that story.
Now, before we talk about the movie and its merits, whether it's decent or not, there's a reason they made this movie. Okay, Daisy Ridley as Rey was the main protagonist in the Disney Star Wars sequels. Okay, and they want to make another movie, another Star Wars movie starring Daisy. And my opinion is that I think Daisy Ridley is a good actress, and the character of Rey is terribly written. It's terribly written. We don't need to revisit that. But I think a lot of this was to test if Daisy Ridley can open a film. And let me just say this unequivocally, she cannot lead up a movie. This is a non-Star Wars movie. It's a very basic sports, go for your dream film. We've seen it a million times. I kind of like that genre. You go for your dream. It's a sports movie. You either win or lose. Sometimes you lose, you win respect. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you don't. You learn lessons. But it's a true story. And you even see footage at the end of the actual event. And I'll just say unequivocally, she can't carry the film. Now, a lot of it, she has a lot of supporting actors that help her out. And like Christopher Eccleston is her coach. He's a coach that's trying to actually almost sabotage her. So, and there's so many, it's so all the female characters, it's like they're progressive women from today, but in the early 1900s. There are so many cringy lines like, women can't swim. How dare women swim? And even when they swim, they have these full body, neck to toe, swimming outfits. And they look, it's so there's so many you mean a woman is going to do that? And it's so so it's like having a bunch of modern progressive women in a historical piece doing on the nose social commentary, and it's just cringy. Alan, what did you think of Young Woman in the Sea?
Yeah, I could tell you. Let me read you some of the things that were said. There's a boat.
Wait, you took notes?
I took notes because there's no one in the theater. There's no one in the theater. So.
Oh wait, you were the only person in the theater?
No. In honesty, there's 4 other people.
Okay.
But so there's a boat crash, and hundreds. So the words were hundreds died, but mostly women.
That's right. That's a line in the movie.
Indecent for a girl to swim. Let's see, boys only, women's pool over there. For girls, there's no such thing. Women who exercise only harm themselves. Let's see. Oh yeah. What about dinner? Does she bake? Does she have a boyfriend? Then they try to arrange a marriage for her. Um, let's see. Girls like, oh yeah, girls like us, and the skirt's too short. Uh, oh, because of you. Oh, and then these little girls walk up to her and say, because of you, they let me swim. Uh, I mean, this is how on the nose the when I first saw the trailer for this, I was watching it and it was just nothing but feminism. Women can't do this. Women are gonna die. She's gonna die out there. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, this movie is just gonna be one solid feminist tale, and that's exactly what this movie is. This is my problem. This is I bring this up a lot about these movies, but for the character herself, she's perfect. She's the girl boss. There's nothing wrong with her. She has no fatal flaw, other than she had measles a long time ago and could lose her hearing. She had no fatal flaw, and so she doesn't grow at all. The entire story is about her accomplishing the goal of swimming across the English Channel. That was the story. She had nothing to overcome, no, except for the patriarchy, of course. So she had nothing personal to overcome. She was just that great of a swimmer, and then she goes out into the ocean and swims across. The better version of this movie is Nyad on Netflix. And not only that, not only is it about a woman swimming from Cuba to Florida, but it checks another box. She's a lesbian. But the thing is that what made Nyad so good was not that this lesbian was able to swim across from Cuba to Florida, but she had a fatal flaw. She was so driven to accomplish this feat that she didn't consider her team. She didn't consider her best friends, their feelings, the demands that she put on them. And it got to the point where everyone who supported her wound up quitting on her because of her attitude. That's a fatal flaw. And that's what, and overcoming that fatal flaw is what ultimately got her to swim on the 16th attempt from Cuba to Florida. That's a compelling story because that's about a person. In this one, she's defined by her oppression. This is not a story about a woman swimming across the English Channel. This is a story about a woman. She's not defined. Let's put it that way. She's not defined by the incredible feat of swimming the English Channel. She's defined by the oppression she's experienced in her life, and that's not a movie.
Yeah, that's perfect. She's perfect, and people are telling her she can't do it. That's it. I found her character to be, just in sort of annoying, actually. And I'll say this: this is a mid movie, and the thing is, I like that kind of movie, a sports movie, and the real story of the woman Gertrude is actually fascinating. She had a ticker tape parade in New York. She was celebrated, and
which was true. It was all true.
Which is all true. I'd rather see a documentary about this event than this movie that they made. This is a mid movie that should have gone direct to streaming. But what I'm saying is the reason this got a theatrical release is because of the Daisy Ridley Star Wars Rey movie that is coming. And they wanted to test and see, let's see if people still like Daisy Ridley. And honestly, I like her as an actress. Now she's been in 2 bad things. So there you go.
Yeah.
And now it's
also the reason this is out. I mean, there's a few interesting things going on here. The Walt Disney Company has 3 movies coming out this year. This one, in November, Moana 2, which they're rushing, and then 3 Mufasa, which comes out in December. Those are the 3 Walt Disney Company movies.
And Moana 2, by the way, I know you talked about this. Moana 2 was going to be a TV series, a Disney Plus series. Mm-hmm. They are converting to a movie. So it wasn't even intended to be a movie. And it's being done in Canada, of all places.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then the other thing is what was I saying? I had a great point.
The
Sorry, I got a
poster
lot.
threw you off. The
I know
poster.
I'm searching posters right now. The other thing is oh yeah. So last night, big premiere of uh Bad Boys 4 Back in Black. And Jerry Bruckheimer is there promoting that movie, and he's right there on the red carpet and everything. Who's the executive producer of this movie? Jerry Bruckheimer.
Right.
He's at the premiere promoting a different movie. He's not even talking about this one.
Right. Crazy. But yeah, I would not recommend this movie. I give it a 2 or a 3. But I can see how but it is really a type of movie I would like. Right. I like Daisy. Nothing against Daisy Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
He needs better writers. She needs to learn to choose scripts. She hasn't been in really anything that really shows what she's capable of. And I feel like her career is like Mark Hamill. You know, she played this character of Rey. She did Star Wars. Can she do anything else and be interesting? So far, no. And I'm sorry, that's my honest answer. What are your thoughts, Alan, just on Daisy as an actress?
Daisy, I'm not gonna be as hard on her as you are. Can she carry a movie? I mean, ultimately, it's the movie. If she finds the right part, she can carry a movie. Unfortunately, this is just a badly written movie. It's a movie trying to be a movie about a great woman, and it becomes a movie about the feminist agenda. And I don't know any actress who could pull this one off. You know, and again, we've seen the better movie, and that's Nyad.
Nyad is great. Nyad, very similar story. It's on Netflix.
It's almost the exact same story.
Yeah, almost. But see Nyad, fantastic.
Yeah, and also
good.
In Nyad, the idea that she couldn't do it because she was a woman, or she couldn't do it because she was gay, not even an issue in the movie.
It's not a part of the story at all.
Nope.
She was just determined, and that was her fatal flaw. So yeah. So your final verdict?
No,
Alan?
it's not. Yeah, no, I'll give it a 4 just because of production values.
Alan gives it a 4.
Yeah, you know, it's weird, but I really need to understand the scale below 5. You know, what's a 1 versus what's a 2, and what's, you know, it's it's a good looking movie. It's competently made. It's just the story is, it's a story that is going to cause you to groan, and we've seen it before, and it's nothing different than any other story about male oppression.